Welcome to the Ford Escort RS Cosworth, one of the latest cars to receive an engine swap in Gran Turismo 7 with update 1.56. Now with this engine swap, it now makes the Escort a very viable option to use for money grinding, and today I'm going to show you two different ways to get the most value for money out of your engine swap Cosworth. So let's get straight into it. Now first things first, you need to pick up your Ford Escort Cosworth from the used car dealership. Then once you do that, you can head on over to GT Auto and spend 325,000 credits on the engine from the Ford Focus Group B rally car, because that is the power plant we are now going to be putting into our Ford Escort RS Cosworth. Once you do that, you need to head on over to the tuning shop because you need to purchase a few things, because for the first event that we are going to be using, it is going to be the WTC 800 around Sardegna. So for that, this is a setup you are going to want. Firstly, tire compound, that is going to be racing mediums for both the front and the rear. For your suspension, you're going to need a fully customizable suspension, body height adjustment being 100 in the front and 100 in the rear. Your anti-roll bars is going to be 7 in the front and 6 in the rear. Damping ratio compression is going to be 32 in the front, 30 in the rear. Damping ratio expansion is going to be 45 in the front and 45 in the rear. Your natural frequency is going to be 3.15 in the front and 3.25 in the rear. Now your negative camber angle is going to be 3.0 for both front and rear. Now your toe angle is going to be 0.00 in the front and 0.20 in the rear facing inwards. Then we see our differential I did not touch. However, you can tweak this as well as the suspension to just tailor to your driving style. Then for downforce, we have 200 downforce in the front, 250 downforce in the rear, and then we have a fully customizable ECU set to 100, and our ballast is set to 0, ballast positioning 0, and our power restrictor is set to 100. Then we have a fully customizable racing transmission set to 280 kilometers per hour with no manual adjustments being made. Then we see for turbocharger, we now have a high RPM turbocharger equipped. For brakes, we have carbon braking systems with racing brake pads, as well as a racing clutch and flywheel, as well as a carbon propeller shaft. And we cannot forget the vehicle also has up to stage 3 weight reduction installed with no increase in body rigidity. Now this is not the best event for money making, but it is one of the fastest and still up there with one of the best events to use. So I'm going to jump into this vehicle because fully upgraded on racing soft tires, it's still under 800 performance points. So I'm using like basically a fully maxed out Ford Escort RS Cosworth. However, I did opt for racing medium tires. Now I'm going to slap the car on over to fuel map level 6 because I don't really want to burn through my fuel. I want to see what this car is capable of on fuel map level 6 and if it can even get this event done. Yes, it can get the event done with absolute ease. Now you see I need to dive into the pits now at the end of the 8th lap due to the fact of running low on tires as well as running low on fuel. So we're jumping, we're gonna have the car fuel all the way up to 100%. We don't need to, but I just like to make sure that I always have enough fuel. So that's exactly what we're going to do now, and then we head back out onto circuit. So far the car is handling the circuit extremely well. We absolutely dominating. We're already lapping opponents, so this is an extremely competitive vehicle that I'm having a whole lot of fun with. So I would highly recommend you actually try this engine swap out. Now after coming out of the pits, I left the vehicle on fuel map level 6 up until the beginning of the final lap because I saw I had more than enough fuel. So I dropped it on over to fuel map level 1 to see how much power I could actually put out for the little Ford Escort. So I'll be honest with you, this car it lives up to the hype of being the best engine swap from update 1.56. The fact that I lapped every single car on the circuit, I'll even lap some of them twice. That alone just shows you how fast and capable this vehicle is. I mean, my fastest lap time was a 1 minute 38 second lap, with my total time just being over 25 minutes and 30 seconds. So this is an effective vehicle to use around this event. It makes you money, and talking about money, look at that, 727,500 credits. For the second event, we are going to be taking the Ford around Le Mans. So we are going to be participating in the WTC 700 around Le Mans, and this is the setup you are going to be needing. So for the most part, it is very similar to what we had for Sardegna, but there are some slight differences. For example, we see now the vehicle has a tire compound of racing hard tires for both front and the rear, with a backup set of racing intermediate tires purchased, because with this event there is a high possibility of rainfall occurring. So rather be safe than sorry, and just know you have the racing intermediate tires purchased. Now if we move on over to downforce, we see the vehicle now has 50 downforce in the front and 250 in the rear. Now we see the fully customizable ECU is set to 83. The ballast is set to 199 with a ballast positioning of -43, with a power restrictor set to 100, and our gearbox still remains the same, as it is still set to 280 kilometers per hour. Now the second page, this also still remains the same as the Sardegna setup. So some slight differences, but a massive impact, because now the vehicle will come in at under 700 performance points, now making the vehicle a lot more eligible. So with that being said, now when you want to take her around the event, what I did was set the vehicle on over to fuel map level 6, because I wanted to stay out on circuit as long as possible before I needed to refuel. Now if you like, you can set the vehicle on over to fuel map level 4, and that will have you set 3 laps before you need to dive into pits and refuel. Will put you on par with the cars that you are competing against. Now for me on fuel map level 6, I still set an initial lap time of a 4 minutes and 5 second lap, which frankly isn't the fastest thing around, but it is more than capable of still gapping the opponents, because anything faster than a 4 minute 10 second lap, well, you are going to be absolutely golden to just beat the opponents with absolute ease. Now when I say I set the vehicle on over to fuel map level 6 and it ran for what felt like forever, this vehicle went all the way up until the end of the 5th lap before I needed to dive into pits, which was just absolutely insane. So I dove into pits, changed on over to a fresh set of tires, and I also refueled to 100%. When I came out, I set the vehicle on over to fuel map level 1 to see what the car was capable of, and on fuel map level 1 I saw the vehicle doing over 315 kilometers per hour on the main straightaway before I needed to brake, and the acceleration, everything about it is just so now aggressive, it's just so fast, and it is an absolutely fantastic vehicle. Now I saw that the vehicle on fuel map level 1 is very capable of setting a lap time faster than a 4 minute lap. Unfortunately, I can't go to show you why, because I need to slam on the brakes, because I didn't want to do another lap, because I had the ability to just sit at the finish line and wait till time ran out, because of how big the gap was between myself and second place. So this Ford Escort RS Cosworth is an exceptional vehicle to use, because you have 2 different events to use for money grinding. So if you get bored of one, you still have the option to jump on over into the next one. And we see with us completing this event around the one, which took over 30 minutes, we see we earn 825,000 credits, making this a viable option for this event. So if you want a great vehicle to use for money grinding, give the Ford Escort a chance, because hey, it might surprise you. So with this being said, thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for your time. Let me know your thoughts of this in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.